Hi, my name is Ghankd, and this is Plague Chunk, my Xtreme one chunk Ironman, where I explore the map, one chunk at a time. In previous episodes, we managed to escape the walls of West Ardougne and tasted freedom for the very first time, where we explored the outside world. We ended up here, the Goblin Caves, where inside we found chickens in the most unlikely of places. But now, we have two brand new chunks to explore, so let's get to it. First stop is the Fishing Guild. Now, in the last episode I alluded to this being a nothing chunk. That's because in order to actually enter the guild, we require 68 fishing, but we currently don't have any training methods, meaning that this is a nothing chunk until we get a fishing training method. When we do, however, there are a bunch of tasks in here, including catching the big bass, the big swordfish, and the big shark. But there's also this guy. He's the master fisher, and on his back, the fishing skill cape, meaning I'll be required to get 99 fishing as soon as I unlock a fishing method. But that's future Plague's problem. Right now, we have another chunk, and that is glarials tomb. Now I'm not gonna lie, when I seen glarials tomb, I panicked hard. Because glarials tomb is iconic, in that it's part of the waterfall quest, an early game quest notorious for claiming hardcore Ironman's lives due to the super buffed moss giants inside the tomb. Or, like myself, dropping your runes for the next part of the quest outside the tomb, simply because runes aren't allowed inside, only to return to pick them up, and some filthy main had got some thieving XP and had yoinked my precious runes. And therein started the panic. In glarials tomb are moss guardians, a variant of moss giants, and they have double the HP of a normal moss giant, more defense, and almost 2.5 times the max hit. That isn't the issue though. I would have to do this all with no weapons. See, glarials tomb is extremely restrictive. Think Intrana, but so much worse. And while I was scouring the wiki, I realised that I can't even enter. So you need a glarials pebble, which is an item from the quest that you get in the tree gnome village, or underneath it at least. Therefore, meaning no curved bone grind, and one that wasn't absolutely horrific with no weapons. So I continued exploring my chunk. I met Rosallo, the wandering merchant, who contains a chunk task for us. Now, it isn't the most obvious one because, like me, you might have looked at that dragon dagger and thought, oh, that's a level 60 attack requirement. But nope. No dragon daggers until Lost City is completed. So it's actually the blue hat, which will be our best in slot magic headpiece. So we'll have to grab some of our finest Gillinor pieces to purchase that. So I had a look into the house in the back, and it didn't have anything of interest, just some quest NPCs, and thought, great, I'll just head back over to the bank, grab myself some GP, grab myself my wee blue hat, and be done with it. Pondering if I should get 60 attack, just as a wee homage to the dragon dagger anyway. When they rendered in the moss giants, my first real grind. But at least I'll have weapons to do it. So here's the tasks for this chunk. 20 attack to wield a mithril weapon. Well, we've already completed this. Our biz items from the moss giants are going to be a ranged and melee biz helm, being the steel med helm. A two-hander being the mithril spear. Biz mage weapon being the magic staff. And from the trader Rosallo, the biz magic head, being a blue hat. Then come the tertiary drops, obtain a mossy key at 1 in 150, long bones at 1 in 400, and the curved bone, the real grind of the chunk, 1 in 5,000, and 12.5, because maths and long bones are something else nerds have figured out. But that is our big grind. It is going to take us 5,012.5 to even hit the drop rate. Now, I could be spooned. I could be so spooned and get 100 kills in. Or I could go dry and take 15, 20, 30,000 kills. It wouldn't be unheard of. And that's scary. Very scary. So, let's crack on with our tasks. So here we go. I decided to grab the trusty iron mace rather than the steel spear, because I want to get levels in one skill rather than shared. Even though the mace is slightly worse, I think it's probably going to be better just to get one skill instead of multiple. Now, I believe we're going to have to flinch. It is entirely possible that I get the protection prayers, so I might get, protect from melee during this grind, but until then, I think I'm going to have to flinch these. They're just way too powerful. Especially at this sort of level. Now, are these actually flinchable? Let's see. I'm not sure if that's because I went way too early, or if these guys just aren't flinchable. So let's just wait a second. Okay, right, these are flinchable. That's really good news. That's really good news. Yeah, let's see how long it takes us to kill this. That's starting at 47 minutes and 25 seconds. And here's the first kill. What is going to be the first drop that we get? 15 their XP with the big bone. And a grimy Lanadime. Now, that was... So say that kill took us to 53 minutes. We started at 47, 20, 28, 27. 25, whatever. So say 5.5 minutes per kill. Oh god. Oh god, this is going to take us such a long time. Such a long time. But I can't even complain. No one asked me to do this. This is self-imposed. It's not as if someone came to me and said, oh, why don't you kill moss giants? Nope, no one asked me to do this. This is completely self-imposed. But let's just buckle in. Let's just buckle in and see how far and long this takes us. Now let's just hash out some quick calculations here just for the context. At current speeds of 5+ minutes per kill, and assuming it would go on rate at 1 in 5,000 odd, we're looking at a minimum of 25,000 minutes, which is about 417 hours or 17.5 days played. That's just to flinch moss giants like this. Now, this will speed up over time. We'll get better stats and we'll get upgrades from the moss giants like the Mythril Spear and the Mythril Sword. But Jesus, that's a long, long time of playing. And luckily, I found a way to significantly increase the kill speed. I'm calling this strategy the double tech. I can flinch 2 moss giants at once, meaning I'm almost doubling the kills per hour. I don't have to wait 5 minutes just to kill a single moss giant when I can kill 2 in that time. Meaning that the moss giant kill time went down to almost 2.5 minutes per kill, which is absolutely huge. But does it actually mean half the time needed for the entire grind? Well, there's just too many variables for me to calculate that. For example, aggression timers. The way that aggression works is you might see this yellow box on the screen. That's my aggression timer plugin. Basically, aggression works like so in most cases. If you're less than double +1 combat level, for example 85 for these here moss giants, 42 times 2 + 1, they are aggressive until 10 minutes pass as long as you stay within this box. If you move, the timer resets. So as long as I stay within the box, these guys won't hit me until I attack them. This is important because that moss giant to the west, if I'm trying to double flinch or the double tech flinch method, he's going to attack me and I'm going to have to run away from him. So as long as I wait 10 minutes in that aggression box timer and don't move out of it, because if I move out of it, the timer resets and everything becomes aggressive again. Oh, there is a 42 attack and 47 combat, the first levels of the episode. So that means I need to wait 10 minutes flinching a single moss giant until I can start using this tech. So it's not exactly half, but it's a hell of a lot quicker than what I'm doing before. And look at that. On the ground is a magic staff. That is a best in slot magic weapon and a chunk task. Chunk task completed. Compared to the iron dagger, I believe, before, this is a new best in slot mage weapon. And not only is it best in slot, we can actually auto cast with it, which will be absolutely giga. And look at that. On the ground, ladies and gentlemen, is a Mythril Sword. Now, it's not a collection log, it's not a chunk task, but what it is an upgrade to the Iron Mace. And a big upgrade at that. Let's have a look at the stat differences. A plus 10 in melee strength. Wow. Now, as I said, we're losing a little bit of prayer from the Iron Mace, but the Mithril Sword is such a big upgrade. It's definitely going to be our best weapon that we have access drop-wise from the Moss Giants. The Mithril Spear's technically a little bit better, but gives controlled experience, not strength experience like that. So, yeah, I'm very happy that we went through that little gap. That's not happened to me before. Cool. So, yeah, very excited to get our first big upgrade for killing the Moss Giants. We're at 44 strength now. Let's see what our max hit is. It should at least gain 1 max hit. I think it might be 8 or maybe 7. But yeah, let's continue killing these. We've been at this for about 2 hours, 2.25 hours. I've not logged out yet. But yeah, big upgrades. Big upgrades indeed. And shortly after, here is a Steel Med Helm. Another Chunk Task. Chunk Task complete. Face reveal. 3, 2, 1. Just kidding. There's no way you thought I was going to reveal my face. In episode 3, are you joking? Hell no. You're going to have to subscribe to my Only Plagues for that content. But now we kill Mossies. The boy impression. Wowee, wowee, we are absolutely smashing through these chunk tasks. There's a Mithril Spear on the ground, technically at my best in slot weapon. So we're out of the chunk. Still going to continue to use a Mithril Sword, but yeah. The only things that we have left to kill, are the tertiary drops, the Mossy Key, the Long Bone, and the Curved Bone. We've completed everything else, apart from buying our little blue hat. So exciting stuff. We just need to get KC now. That's literally it. And there we go. Look at that. That's the Mossy Key. The first collection log slot from the Moss Giants. It's beautiful. Now, the Mossy Keys, if you don't know, are for a boss in 24 prayer, by the way. Mossy Keys are a key to access a boss in the Varrock Sewers called Briarfire, which is free to play. But that's a long way for us to get to, and I don't see us getting there anytime soon. But yeah, we're well on our way to completing the collection logs for these giants, and I'm very excited to keep on going. I just wonder where we're going to finish, you know? I wonder where we're going to finish. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to attack that one, although if I could set up... hold on. Did anyone see that? Is that possible? Wait. Hold on. Oh my god. I was trying to get footage of something that I'm calling the triple tech. And we got a long bone. We got a long bone at a 1 in 400 drop from the Mossies. We're maybe about 135 kills in. So we are definitely spooned on that. The only item left. The only item left is the Curved Bone. 1 in 5,012.5. Oh, that drop. I've got something that's almost even more exciting. Yeah, I think it's actually more exciting. Let me just show you this. I'm calling it the triple tech. And, you know, the double tech might have been good, but the triple tech? Oh, baby, you're in for a treat. Well, actually, I kind of went back to the bank to grab myself some food so I could set up the triple tech and show you. And instead, I got Longbone number 2. Literally 6 minutes later. On my way to the bank, you know, grab some more food. Was about to wait out my aggression timer. And literally, maybe... I want to say 5 minutes later, I got another Longbone. That's another 1 in 400 drop, and we got them under, both of them, under 150. God, that's some spoonage right there. That is some absolute spoonage. Okay, I'm actually going to get round to showing you the triple tech. Just give me a second, give me a second. So, the triple tech. What you're seeing in the background started from the humble beginnings of a single flinch, worked her way up to the moderate double flinch, to now fully graduating with the triple tech. I can now attack 3 moss giants in a single combat zone. And as long as I don't get in combat or mess up the positioning, I can continue fighting all 3 of them while flinching and taking 0 damage. I'm basically killing the moss giants at triple the speed I would have compared to the single flinching method. I am speed. I'm fast and fast. I am speed incarnate. I am just kidding. I'm not making the exact same joke as I did in episode 1, don't worry. I just thought it would be funny. A little nostalgic throwback. But if you do look in the background, you'll see that there's almost 0 downtime in this method whatsoever. As long as I don't mess up the clicks or the positioning, I'm basically not having any downtime. Meaning my kills per hour have went up almost exponentially. And now we are finally in a position where this grind is looking genuinely completable. Even if I went dry, it's not going to be as miserable with the single flinching. Once I reach 43 prayer and I have access to, protect from melee, I'll be able to, I'll be able to flick. But until then, and that's a while away, this is the best method. And this method may even still be better than prayer flicking. We just don't know yet. But generally so happy at this find. Say this takes us to a minute per kill. That means it's only 5,000 minutes to hit the drop rate, which doesn't sound terrible compared to 25,000 minutes. So yeah, I'm very happy. I'm actually smiling. I don't know if you can tell, but I am smiling at this. This is a really cool discovery, and I'm so glad I found it early. I'm so glad I found it early. And while we're doing our triple tech here, we're about to hit a very special milestone. The first level 50 on the account. That's 50 strength. Let's go. Let's go. And here, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get something quite controversial. This is going to be my first level through lamping. There is level 2 hunter. Now let's discuss this for a little bit. In episode 1, I stated that I was completely willing to do Puro. However, I'd leave that up to you, the viewer. And you guys flooded me with feedback. In fact, this is the first occasion I'm going to get to actually address all the support that I've been given. You guys smashed it. I expected maybe 200 to 300 views, and 30k combined on both videos later. It's astonishing. And I can't thank you enough for all the support. The likes, the comments, your subscriptions, which you should do now if you haven't, by the way. It's just unreal. Now, if you want to discuss more a Plague chunk in general, help me theorycraft, or just hang out with some other viewers, I'm going to put a link to Gangster's Paradise, my Discord server, in the description. There'll also be links to my streams once I start going live, maybe after this video. But back to the topic. You guys were pretty clear about Puro. Don't do it. Now, I'm not saying that there weren't people that said do Puro, but the vast majority were a no or some sort of compromise. For example, don't do Puro. We've seen it too many times. It's boring, which was my argument as well. Or things like do overworld implants instead and lock Puro to Zenaris chunk. Or do the same as Josh Isn't Gaming /YouNil chunk and ignore overworld implants for now, etc, etc. Now, I haven't came up with an exact plan on which way I'm going to do it, so coming into the Discord, convincing me why your way is the best way could be helpful, and we'll come to a consensus or compromise on the rules. So I'm just going to lamp Hunter until level 16 and wait until we've reached a decision on that rule. But these levels are about to come in thick and fast, and I think that's probably the best time to start having some sort of, I don't know, one of my favourite things, a level montage. There's 50 attack. I managed to miss the level, but there's 56 combat, and that's because we got 30 prayer, unlocking Hawkeye, Mystic Lore, and Steelskin Prayers. And in the inventory with a new collection log slot, the Camel Bottoms, turning me into Plague Xena. Okay guys, at least I'm consistent with it, you know? At least I'm consistently missing them. There's 52 attack and 57 combat. And that's us for our third longbone. Look at it, it's beautiful. That is our third longbone in 700 KC, boys and squirrels. And look at that, just 35 KC later. 725 KC, and we got our fourth longbone. Let's go. And here is 54 strength. Holy spam, there is 32 prayer, 375 total level, and 58 combat. And here is level 50 hit points, marking the fourth level 50 we have on the chunk account. Did I miss the level? Yes. Do I regret it? Yes. Am I bad at YouTubing? Yes. Am I sorry? Yes. Put a statue of me in Rio de Janeiro because I am the Redeemer. I managed to catch a level. There's 55 strength. The second level in a row that I've managed to capture. I'm beginning to believe you can start calling me Neo this time. There's 56 strength and 59 combat. Oh no. Oh no, that is not good. I don't know what to do. Do I log out? I think I'm just gonna log out. I clicked on that. Oh no. Is this how I lose my hardcore? Oh shit. Please connect. Please connect. This is such a dumb way to die. There's no way this is what takes my hardcore. There's no way. Please. Every time I open Runelight, it just... Oh, okay. Okay, we're starting. This is good. This is further than we've ever gotten since I DC'd. Okay, I've clicked. Instantly in, please. Oh, it's not gonna let me connect. Jesus. Oh, okay. I'm invincible, baby! I can't die. Who's this champion? Who cares? Still alive. Oh, I was hardcore panicking. Oh my god, let's go. Let's go. I am absolutely invincible and I can never die. I don't want to hear it from anyone. That was genuinely scary. Oh my god, my heart rate, man. My heart rate. I think I'm going to need a break. Jesus. Let's go to the bank. Let's go to the bank and just get my heart rate down. That was so... oh my god, I was sitting on the edge of my seat just trying to get back in. I didn't want to lose it like that. Thank god. And after nearly having to requisition one of these behind me, a tombstone for my hardcore status, I just needed a break. And I contacted some friends, and one of them very kindly offered to join me on this episode. So I would like to introduce to you Sir David Attenborough. Take it away, Sir David Attenborough. That is definitely not me.
Here, amidst the overgrown fringes of Gillinor, we find one of its most ponderous and peculiar inhabitants, the moss giant. Known to scholars as Mossymus giganticus, these titans are native to a surprising variety of habitats, from sun-dapped clearings and cavernous depths to the fetid underbelly of the very sewers themselves. They are territorial by nature and alarmingly strong, often seen wielding entire trees as clubs with which they bonk unsuspecting adventurers who wander a little too close for comfort. Now, observe closely. This particular conclave is gathered around an ancient, ever-burning fire. Tucked just north of the walled city of West Ardougne, researchers have aptly named them Easty, Northy, Southy, and Tom. We dislike Tom, but like the rest, he makes an important part of the ecosystem in this conclave of mosses. And if you wait long enough, you may witness one of their most delightful behaviors. the dance. For despite their size and surly appearances, most giants are enthusiastic, if clumsy, dancers. They wiggle endlessly, joyously, for no apparent reason at all. Such is the rhythm of life in the world of Gillinor.
Okay, listen. I had to make Moss Giants, a video about Moss Giants entertaining. Give me something, okay? Give me, like, just let me have my fun, alright? Just let me have my fun. And would you look at that? Sir David Attenborough, he left me a gift. It's another long bone. This marks the 5th long bone that we've had so far. We are so spooned on these. I don't even think we've hit 1,000 KC yet. I really don't think we have. But I'm very happy that we're getting them. The more rolls we get on the tertiary drop table, the closer we get to the curved bone. Our fashionscape is slowly building up. There's the mime gloves and the mime legs. And we cannot stop clogging. Lederhosen shorts to go with the Lederhosen top we got in episode 1. And that will complete the set outside of the fedora, which we will never wear, cause plague mask. I can't believe it. I just died and I don't even have footage of it. And it's all Agile Tom's fault. I was in his stream sort of chatting away about chunk stuff. He has a chunk account also. Check out Agile Tom on YouTube to see his progress where he started in the chambers of Xeric chunk. And I just wasn't paying attention at all. I had too many things going on. I was in Tob on my main. I had Entity Hider on to get some B-roll footage on the Plague account. And I think I must have stepped out the aggression radius, sort of resetting the aggro, and then was killed by invisible Moss Giants, which was hidden by the Entity Hider plugin. What an absolutely idiotic way to die. Let's see what Tom has to say about the situation.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Put it in your video, I swear to god. Somebody clip this, put it in your video. Sit the fuck down. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry. That was mean.
Well, do you know what, Tom? That was mean. Talk about kicking a man while he's down. But the joke's actually on you, mate. I named the ugliest Moss Giant in my chunk after you. So yeah, screw you, buddy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just emotional about losing a hardcore status, mate. And you can't really take back what you said, right? And I understand that. So I hope that you understand that I may have accidentally spread a rumour that you had dedicated the last 2.5 years doing as many cocks as possible. Over 2,000 cocks, apparently. Bonnie Blue. More like Tommy Blue, am I right, guys? So, I died. And here I am, rocking the new Lederhosen fit, plus the brand new grey helm. I knew that I would die eventually. I just didn't think it would be such a stupid death. I mean, I didn't expect to go out in some sort of blaze of glory, like Ardmore Theatre of Blood or something, but damn, I just didn't expect it to be that stupid. But, hey ho, we continue. We went back to the Mosses and we started racking up these kills. And killing Mosses almost became relaxing for me. And the kills came hard and fast. I hit 1,000 KC alongside 60 strength. 2,000 KC came and went, getting us 5 Hunter from Lamping, and we managed to unlock big milestones such as 37 and 40 prayer for the protect from magic and range prayers respectively. 60 attack for the ability to wield dragon weaponry when we unlock some. Then we unlocked the collection logs for most of the random events, plus the mime, then the zombie and Lederhosen outfits. And suddenly I was at 3,000 kills, which is actually when we got the Snapdragon Seed, which finally finished the Moss Giant drop table for us outside of the curved bone, obviously. Then this legend turned up, and he gave me 2 bonds. Mr. F.E. Kiteman, or Kiteman, thank you for the bonds, mate. That was incredible and extremely humbling. Your support was extremely appreciated. And, you know, this was after my first video, and many of you have reached out and said hello and told me that you liked it in-game. Please feel free to do so. My private is always on. Don't be afraid to say hello. It's cool to actually interact with people that like my videos, so yeah, thank you again for all the support. Mr. Kiteman, absolute gamer. But then it was back to the monotony of killing mosses. We unlocked 43 prayer for Protect from Melee. We did do a couple of kills here and there, flicking the melee prayer, but we stuck really to the triple tech, as it was more relaxing and less click intensive, kind of. And then the 4K KC came. And really the only thing of note to share were level ups. Obviously the longbones and mossy keys were still climbing, but it was the levels that we started getting. 65 strength and attack, 10 hunter. And I really thought nothing of note or interest would happen. Until this. Well, I have a mystery box in my inventory. I just finished a maze random. I'm going to go back, I'm going to bank all my other items. And then we're going to open the mystery box. Now, mystery boxes have upgrades. Everybody's aware of the Mistral Sim, but it also has access to the drop table that is sort of a rare drop table, which would be really cool if we got. So, let me just put everything away here. Yeah. So a Mithril Scimitar would be insane. There's a steel plate body, I believe, as well. There's some other cool things, but steel plate bodies would be nice. Steel baguette, that would be awesome. But the Mithril Scimitar and the steel plate body are probably the best things that we can get outside of the rare drop table. And the rare drop table, well, we'd be looking for the Rune 2 Battle Axe or the Rune 2H Sword. So, wish me the very best of luck, and here goes. Oh! Yes! Yes! We got Mithril Sim! Oh! That is fucking huge. That is so good. Okay. Plus 3 strength. And the slash. Oh, wow. That is such a nice item. Right, let's just compare it completely. So it's plus 21 slash compared to plus 16. And then it's got plus 20 melee strength. I'm so happy with that. I'm so glad I recorded that. Yes! Hey, we might already be 4.5k in of Moss Giants, 4,400, but the next 4,400 will be even faster. That's all I'm thinking. Yes! Mithril Scimitar, let's go! Now, why is this such a big upgrade? Well, let's just compare the damage between the two options that I have. The Mithril Sword versus the Mithril Scimitar. It all comes down to DPS. With the higher strength bonus, we get a max hit faster when we get strength levels. And this is a huge time save for us. Say it's 65 strength and attack, your current stats, that's a DPS difference of 0.2. 0.2 damage per second, in favour of the Mithril Scimitar, which gives us a max hit. And I know that sounds tiny, but if we take our average time to kill between the two weapons, with your sword it would take 41 seconds to kill a Moss Giant, or 37 seconds for the Mithril Scimitar. Let's say I hypothetically go 5 times the drop rate from this point, so another 20,000 kills. That's a whopping save of almost 24 hours played, a full day of playing. And that's only at these stats. It'll be even faster the higher my strength gets, so yes, this is a huge weapon to get early in quotation marks for your hypothetical 20,000 try streak. So I'm ecstatic at this drop, I'm extremely happy. And you should be too, because that's more content quicker. And speaking of content, I have to introduce you to what has quickly become my favourite pastime while going back to the bank. Take a look at this. Oh, here we go. Good luck, fella. Good luck. Oh, he's fucked on the first one. Let's go. Oh. Hey, what did... Let's see him. Let's see him doing it. Can he do this? The fit is looking immaculate. He has the Molnar. He's got... Oh, are those rune gloves? Mithril gloves, sorry? No, I think that's just the shield that's making them look blue. Okay, let's see. Let's see what he does next. Is he going to complete the blue sheep? The blue sheep prodigy? Is this it? Is this it? Oh! Oi! Lucky! Oh, poor guy. Maybe we'll see him back when they come back on our way from the bank. That's brilliant. Oh, I love that stuff. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that. Level 70 first on the account. We can now wear Inquisitor's armor and access the Bandos area in the God Wars dungeon. Holy moly. Level 70 and we are so close. Maybe a couple of hundred kills away from 5,000 and 13 KC. And then look at the clan chat there. Lots of gratzes. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, 70 strength. Wow. 70 strength. Even better, 69 attack, because I am a child, and I even managed to get 69,000 experience, which is incredibly funny to me. 47 prayer, we got access to Eagle Eye and Mystic Might, and yeah, we are just a couple hundred kills away from the drop rate of the curved bone, meaning this is probably going to be the last levels of the video that I show. What a journey. What a journey this has been. This feels like the end of an era. It feels so weird. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the final click. The final click to hit 5,013 KC. And it's over. Are we going to get the drop? Of course not. Of course not. That's it. We've hit the drop rate for the curved bone. So I reckon it's time to finish the final task that we can in this chunk and get ourselves a wee blue hat. Gonna jump to the bank and I'll meet you at Rosallo. Grabbed a quick 5,000 GP out the bank. There's Gerard, where's Rosallo? Ah, there you are, my good friend. 5,000 is way too much. I think it's 300 odd GP. Not the Fremenic cloak. One blue hat. I might buy the Fremenic cloak. Chunk task completed. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the final chunk task that I'm going to complete in this episode. The blue hat, it is our best in slot mage helm. Fredo Rosallo, you're a good man. Let's head back to the bank and finish this episode. 5,013 KC. This took a long time. Now, keep in mind, I'm only really getting 200 to 300 KC a day, and that's if I'm lucky and I don't have work or the gym. So yeah, this is taking me some time. Almost 10 days of playtime so far in this chunk alone. We made some big gains during it, but I'm having an absolute blast at the same time. On screen is the loot tracker for 5,013 Moss Giants. If you were ever curious exactly what it looks like to go on rate, there you go. There's an indication. It would get you 5.67 mil in GP. We got a total of 24 Mossy Keys and 19 Longbones, completing the drop table completely. And here are the stats that we ended up with at the end of the video. Next video is Do or Die. We will be going for the curved bone. So if you don't see a video from me, know that I'm in Moss Giant Hell going incredibly dry. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode of Plague Chunk. Bye for now.